Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Patreon podcast. It's probably episode... probably episode 12, 14, 79, 9,992. It doesn't really matter who's keeping track of these things. So I've actually been playing this quite a lot recently. After my video, I took quite a big break from it. And I have no idea where I am. I was recently on a podcast with Dan Nerd Cubed. Oh, good lord, no! Don't do this to me! And so I was quite nervous beforehand, so I was playing this game, so I'm probably in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm just trying to get to here, so clear route, plot route, there we go. This game is really confusing, but I'm just gonna get into the swing of things. So I'm on my way to a major part of the game where I can buy a proper ship for hauling. So I'm currently trying to do like missions where I pick up cargo and take it to other places because I still keep wasting all my money on stuff I don't need and then running out of money, and it's a real fucking faff. So I'm still trying to do it, okay? So if you play this game and you're watching, please give me some kind of advice in the comments of what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But yeah, I am just flying around. I'm not playing in VR because I just had lunch and I don't want to be very, very sick. But I recently did a podcast with Dan Nerd Cubed, and oh no, this is very dangerous. Okay, we're just gonna go this way. But yeah, this game is absolutely stunning. Oop! Oh no! Oh dear. These things are very dangerous, as you can probably tell, but they're very pretty. I'm not too close, so I'll have a little look. The camera sweep. This is the most beautiful game I have ever played in my life. I'm gonna find it very difficult to concentrate while I'm playing this game. Look at that! Oh my god. So can I get rid of the hide? I'm using a joystick, which you can probably hear, so it's just a bit difficult to try and get the hang of things. Look at that. Da 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 da. So I'm going to be all over the place with this. Let's get out of here. So that is a collapsed star. So it's effectively a very minor, like a mini black hole, so we're trying to avoid that, if my science there is correct. If it's not, I'm sure one of you will tell me. So I recently did a podcast with Dan Nerd Cubed for... there's so many alarms. No, just... Let me get out of here. I'm gonna die. Where's the target destination? Throttle up. There we go, let's get out of here. With Dan Nerd Cubed for Red Nose Day, and me and Many a True Nerd and him and Mataphobia all played Sea of Thieves, so I'm going to upload the playthrough of that somewhere so you guys get to see it. I need to get away from all these stars because I'm just going to fucking... But I've learned that what's happening, it sounds really bad. This is what I was trying to explain in my video. I was terrified all the time. Everything's kind of okay. All of these alarms aren't the end of the world. I just need to fly a little bit away from the sun. That was a brown dwarf we just arrived at. There we go. I'm on my way to get a much better ship that I have saved in a garage somewhere. So so I will upload the stream eventually once it becomes available. It was really fun. I managed to say a lot more. We all just sort of scream. Because those guys are very good are very used to presenting, so they just sort of talk constantly. So it's quite hard for me to get a word in edgewise because I say a lot less than them, so I'm a bit more quiet when it comes to these sort of things. So I found it a bit difficult, but because I've been doing these podcasts and things, I was able to kind of keep up with them all because they're much more proficient at presenting. But there you go. And here we are, almost at the place that we want to be. Ixie! Beautiful. And we're going to get I have a ship saved there, my hauler, which is basically just the equivalent of driving a truck around space. It's beautiful. And so while we're on the way there, I can actually answer some questions. So let me get up I'm really bad at these because I find it really difficult to concentrate on a game and talk at the same time, but let's see how we go. So Nico, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, says, what's going on with the Let's Play All the VR Games series? So that would be every VR game on Steam is a nightmare. Well, the reason I wanted to make that the new staple of the channel for numerous reasons, because they're quite easy to make, those ones. Oh, I'm in the right place. Because I don't have to play any of the games a lot. Because it's just sort of like a quick overview of each game. You know, I play them for a few hours and then I just kind of give an overview. So they're quite fun to make, they're quite easy to make. They don't take quite as long, because usually I play a game for 3 or 4 days. Like this game I played for 3 straight days in VR, and I felt like I was going to have a fucking aneurysm by the end of it, because I had been wearing VR headset for like 20 hours before I started writing the script. But those videos don't do quite as well as the ones where I review a single game. For some reason, they're just... I think because I can't just put a single game in the title. So what I could do is maybe do one major game per video and then a few smaller games. So then it's sort of... Because I do 3 or 4 games, and I just say every VR game is a nightmare, but that title doesn't seem to do as well with people. So this comes down to whether or not I go with what I want to do, or whether or not I go with what does well. So it's a difficult thing. I'm still trying to work out exactly what I want to do, but I'm gonna go back to reviewing VR games very, very soon, because I prefer doing them. I found I feel like when I'm reviewing Red Dead Redemption, I'm just like, well, everyone's, and it was the same with Fallout 76. I just felt like everyone had already said everything there was to say about them. You know, everyone had already talked, you know, because they were big, popular games, and everyone was reviewing them. It's just like, well, I don't feel like I'm doing... That's why they're quite unpopular. You know, the like to dislike and all the comments, people are complaining. But I'm trying purposefully to say sort of opinions and ideas. They are all my ideas, but I'm focusing on things that no one has said. There's no point me talking, because I think the game is great, Red Dead Redemption, but there's no point me talking for 15 minutes about how good it is, because everyone's already done that. That's sort of how I see it. So it's a bit tricky. I feel like I get mixed feedback from those ones, because people are just annoyed that I'm dicking all over their favourite games. But yeah, so I'm going to go back to... I'm going to do Blades and Sorcery next, but I'm currently working on the space video, which is great fun because I get to use this game to make all the visuals. I'm using Universe Sandbox, and another game where it's like a 3D... it's like this game, but you can go at any speed you like, so you can basically cross the entire universe, like galaxies, every couple of seconds, and you can see everything. So that's really good for showing off particular parts of the universe. In the episode I'm working on at the minute, I'm talking about the Big Bang. So I'm not talking about stars and moons and planets and things. So the visuals aren't quite as interesting as I wanted them to be. It's just like mostly just shots of empty space with no stars. It's just like a black background because there's nothing to show. At the Big Bang, there's nothing happening. There's just particles, and they're not very interesting to look at. But I get to go into VR and like, I've got a program where I can like generate balls and then like throw them around as if they're particles, and I can talk about them while I do that. So that's really interesting. It's really fun, and it's taking me a fucking lifetime to make, because I have this theory, right? I have a theory which I'm gonna while I fucking switch off and try to dock. So what you have to do before you dock, you have to contact the place that you're docking, the starport, and request. I keep forgetting to do that, and I go in and they're like, get the fuck out, and all these alarms go off. Everything is so dramatic in this game. But anyway, I have a theory. I have a theory about YouTube, and it segues quite nicely into this, that Twitter and YouTubers are in a... I don't know what I'm doing. Are in a constant battle with their own insecurities, I think. So, YouTubers are always... And not everyone. I try to avoid doing this because for the reasons I'm going to explain. Who's really bad for it? What's his name? He does all the Reddit videos. He was in one of my videos. I can't remember his name. He will post comments on Twitter, and he's got a lot of followers. So I'm just trying to find the entrance to this. This fucking horror. These things look like the sort of thing you don't want to go inside. He'll post comments from YouTube. He'll post YouTube comments from people that follow him. And it'll be things like, you know, oh, this video sucks. And he's like, oh, you know, I worked really hard trying to make sure that this video didn't suck, but, you know, this person said it. And such and such. He'll post all the negative comments, but what he won't do is post comments of people saying how much they liked the video. And this person I'm just thinking of an example. It's probably for the best that I can't remember his name because he might get annoyed at me. That starts to create a certain mindset in people who watch YouTube videos. I have found it must be on top the entrance to this, because say you want, you know, people respect YouTubers to a certain extent. I don't know why, because I can't even get in this. Where's the entrance? Don't respect me. I'm an idiot. It's more time fucking trying to get in. I'm just gonna go around and see what's on the other side. And they want their attention. That's why you write comments, because you hope the person who sees the video will see them. And if what happens is, if all YouTubers are doing are responding to the negative comments, it starts driving a culture of people writing I don't know where I am. I'm just gonna circle around this. Of people writing. This is because I'm speaking. I'm really bad at multitasking. Of people writing negative comments, and then what you get is people writing negative comments purposefully because they know they're going to get a response, or more likely to get a response from a YouTuber. And that culture has created, because this is what gets the most responses, the culture of, oh, see you next year when you upload your next video. See you in 6 months when you upload your next video. See you next decade when your next video is done. Those comments are incredibly hurtful for me, at least. Because you spend so much time working on a video and then it's finally finished and that's the response. It's like, oh, well, you know, next one's not going to be ages away. Why am I? There's the entrance, I found it. And that's what's led me to, and the reason I'm talking about this is because that's what's led me to my quite hectic schedule that I've been, because I have been reading those comments, because I've been seeing them a lot, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers repost those comments on Twitter. And I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what causes, this is, you know, it's the thing about social media. I think it causes, you go on Twitter and you say, oh, I'm sick of this. And I think saying that actually makes it happen more, because it's an echo chamber and you get, you know, people repeating it back, and then it becomes a thing in itself. No one's on Twitter to be told what to do or how to think, but people try and use it for that. So yeah, if you don't have Twitter, don't get it. But anyway, I got inside. I've only got 6 minutes to land. Landing pad 12, there it is. One foul swoop. Stop, 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 stop. There you go. In this episode, Matt enters a fucking landing pad. And so I've been seeing loads of comments or like that on my videos. Where's the fucking... Where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. But I thought it was just there. This is gonna not help my reputation as a guy who's good at this game. Right, here we go. And so what happened is I got those comments really got in my head, specifically the ones that said, see you next 6 months, see you, your schedule is an absolute nightmare, even though my schedule is pretty much, it's been 4 to 6 weeks ever since I started making videos. And then it gets to you, and then you start thinking, oh, I need to make more videos, you know, I'm not good enough. Even though that's such a small portion of the comments, because it's kind of like, it's become a thing now. Not everyone, but you see it a lot on videos now. It's become a new trend. From when I started to now, I've seen it build, that sort of comment. And it's just really difficult. They're really hard to take on, because you're putting everything you've got into a video, and then that's your feedback, is you aren't doing this fast enough. And that's really really hard for people to hear. But anyway, don't want to get into that. So that got me into a bit of a difficult headspace. So this is why I made that Let's Play. I didn't really want to do that. And I'm not particularly happy with it sitting on the channel. I'm going to put it to unlisted in a few months once it's sort of run its course. Because that's not what I want to do. I want to make one absolutely knock it out of the park video every 4 to 6 weeks. One that you'll watch and then be like, oh, that was something special. That's kind of what I want. Because there would be a video coming out next week if it wasn't for those comments getting to me. Because I wouldn't have made that Let's Play. I tried to write loads of really short scripts of quick videos. What am I doing? I'm trying to go to the shipyard. And now that I've come out the other end, I'm not happy. I'm just like, I don't like that script. I've got all these scripts that I don't like. Here we go. My hauler. Use this ship. There we go. And it's just wasted like 2 weeks of my work time, just putting all this effort into all these quick videos that I'm not happy with. So that's the big story. I know I'm just rambling on, but it's just letting you know where I am in the headspace. You know, I was in a really bad place with that for a few months, and I was trying to do something I didn't want to try and stop that from feeling that way, and it just wasn't what I wanted. It's It's very, very difficult. But anyway, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm working on one big, huge video at a time. Maybe one day a week I'll work on the next video just so I can jump from one video to another quite easily. But that's the idea. I'll talk about my schedule once I have worked out what I'm doing. So, let's get a mission. Let's actually do something. This game takes ages to do anything. Mission board. Sometimes there's missions that you can't do in your current ships. I want something of a decent... I've got quite a lot of reputation here because I've been doing a lot of missions for them. 5 units of slaves. That probably isn't really what I want to do. But it's not illegal, source, because I'm in a... This sector doesn't have any law, so I think it's not illegal in this sector, so it's okay. Slavery is legal here. So I got to go to get 5 slaves from a suitable market and bring them back here. Well, someone's got to buy them, let's be honest. Hostile ships may be sent against you. I'm not really in the sort of ship that can deal with that. But there you go. Should we try it? Should we have a go? It's a very high rate for this one. Yeah, let's try it. So what we have to do is work out where we can find 5 slaves. And please, please give me feedback if you play this game. Tell me how the fuck to play, because I don't know. I spent all this time on forums, but most of the advice is quite confusing. Like, I recently learned how to do this. You go to map, and then you can look at what you want to get. And so I want to get a slave's other? No. Consumer items. Technology, medicines, food, textiles, minerals, industrial chemicals. Let's have a look. So narcotic agents, technology. Let me just have a Google on my phone. Slaves, elite, dangerous, where to find. See if I can find them. Commodity, slaves. Slaves are illegal in most systems, but this isn't. I don't think it is. But I might have to go to a system where it is illegal, and then... Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to buy them in a place where they're not illegal. Use the EDDB to find the nearest target system with this commodity. So I kind of like to pretend that when I use my phone, it's sort of me using my phone in the game, as if all this information is available to me anyway and I'm not cheating. Because there's no way to play this game without all of this stuff. The EDDB. Systems, stations, commodities. Is that what I want? Chemicals. So I do Control F. Find in page. Slaves. Slavery. Imperial slaves. I just want normal slaves, don't I? So I click slaves. Oh, they seem to be under their own thing in this game. Slaves. So what I can do is I can type in where I am. So I say current system. I'm in the XIHE. XIHE. Searching. Okay, buy. I want to buy slaves. Find stations, and then it will tell you where the nearest place is to buy them. I think usually you can use this, but I don't think the slaves are on here because they're not any of these things. Okay, so the nearest place is... Let's do it in terms of distance. 21 light seconds away. Springer Terminal. And then I type in... Isn't this game just amazing? It's like using databases. Springer Terminal. There you go. I don't seem to be able to... Why can't I put a path there? Oh, there we go. Plot route. And then that lets me jump from star to star. So it will, I kind of, if I zoom out, oh, it's not too far at all. I've got quite a good frame shift drive in this one, so I can jump quite far. I know to most people they can probably do this in one jump, because aren't you great? But I'm new to this, all right? So we'll go get some slaves. I don't know why it is whenever I do a podcast or something, I end up doing something horribly illegal. Now, I just need to make sure I've got... What you can also do is, on your journey, you start to run out of fuel. So I just have to make sure I have my... I don't think I do have it. You can, like, drive into suns and collect what I assume is helium from them to refuel your ship. So we're going to outfitting. And then we go, I don't even know where to go. Optional internal. We need 5 slaves, so we'll need both the cargo racks. Oh no, wait, no, we've got 2 extra ones here. So can I turn that into a fuel scoop? There we go. Oh, it's almost as if I know what I'm doing. We'll buy the most expensive one for obvious reasons. Wait, yes, exchange with the cargo rack. There we go. It really brings back memories doing all of this stuff and having no idea what the fuck I was doing when I made the video. I might come back and do another video on this. 1 minute, I'm just going to turn the heating off. Too hot, too hot, too hot. There we go, it's fucking boiling. I have a very, very tiny little office and a electric radiator. So it only takes a few seconds to heat up the whole room. There we are. Okay, so another behind the scenes for you there. I guess we're ready to go. Do you think we can do this without dying? Here we go. So my schedule is a lot. I'm a bit more aware of what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna focus on making the best possible videos. The reason that there's not been a video recently is because, one, again, I was working on Let's Plays and other scripts. Like, I wrote a Dark Souls video that I really was going to make, and then I made the Let's Play, and I just wasn't happy with it on my channel. I was just like, that's not what I want. And the Dark Souls video is really like, it's very straightforward. It's like bam, 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 bam. It's not like in depth. It's really simple. I don't go into details about the game. I'm like, I wrote this just because it would be quick and it didn't take much time. But that's not. I want to wow you all because, you know, you're all so. I've been so supportive all this time. I don't want to let you all down. I want to make stuff that will really knock your socks off. But anyway. I ramble on. So at the minute I'm just working on, I've just gone the opposite way, and I'm like, right. And so I've been doing I'm doing a video about the creation of the universe, and I'm talking about the Big Bang currently. It's taking, I'm getting on average about 30 seconds of video done a day. If I get up at like 8:30 or 8, have breakfast, blah, 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 and I'm down in my office at 9, ready to go, and I'll work till 5 or 6, and I get 30 seconds of editing done. Like, it's all over. I'm pressing the wrong button. It is all over the place. It's just like, bah, the editing is non-stop. And it's like my older videos, and they're the ones that people seem to like the most. So I'm just like, well, why don't I just do that and stop worrying about these fuckers who are like, I'll see you in 6 months. It's like, yeah, I'll see you in a month. And my video will do really well, so fuck you. So we'll see how that goes. So there's a new video coming in 2 weeks, and I am really giving it my absolute everything. And then I'm going to do the same thing with Blades and Sorcery. And that's why the Everything VR thing is on hold, because they're quite hard to really... Because I play each game so quickly, I can't go into like loads of details. But it's a series that will just kind of come and go. It's not going to be like a non-stop thing. I will definitely do another one. It's just they'll mingle in. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to do a science video. Then I'm going to do a VR video, science video, VR video, science video, VR video, and do that for a while and just see what happens. Because I really do feel like I've been doing stuff I haven't wanted to do, and now I'm just trying to break out of that and do what I think will produce the best videos. So there you go. I'm sorry I'm just rambling on, but it's been a really hard couple of months because I've been fighting myself so much with that. And now I've finally come to the conclusion that I'm quite happy with. It's fucking shit. It's fine. It gets hot. It doesn't matter. So every time I get to a system, it scans it. And lets me know what's in the area. So I can... Oh, thrilling stuff. So there's nothing really here. And then I can sell the data that I can say, oh, there's nothing here. And then I can sell it. And that's one thing you can do. You can literally just be a ship that travels in deep space and you come back and sell the data. I would like to... I think after playing this game for another like 6 months, I might be ready to do an actual video that properly reviews what the game is actually like and about. Because my first video, a lot of the stuff I was doing, you wouldn't even, like I was mining an asteroid belt by a sun. From what I can work out, you don't really do that very often. You're much better mining asteroid belts around planets. And it's just stuff like that. It's just these things where probably veterans are watching and he's talking all about this, but no one would do this. That's not even part of the game. It's just, he's just like finding shit to do. So anyway, I've rambled on non-stop for fucking hours. I'm just gonna get another question up. So that's where I am. But thank you, like you guys have supported me no matter what, and I do know that you I'm connecting fuel, that's what's on screen at the minute. I have a little fuel scoop on the back and it's collecting it from this. Ah! No, 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 no. Up. There we go, so we got a bit more fuel now. So it just means you can travel indefinitely without having to stop for fuel, which is really, really useful. Okay, let's have a look. Warning, critical heat. I know, it's fine. I'm traveling at 1.2 times the speed of light. Patron, right. How much do you like your job now and when you were a teacher? So I'll start with how much I like my job as a teacher. I really liked being a teacher. I've said this a few times. I worked as like a private teacher, so it was one-on-one with the students. I could not, for the fucking life of me, work. Oh, this is a nice looking star. Let's get a bit away from it and have a look at it. Work in a classroom. I would have a nervous breakdown because I am like, you should have seen me before the Nerd Cubed charity podcast. I was like almost shaking. I'm such a fucking nervous chap. So that was why I did one-on-one, because I couldn't really do a classroom. But it was still very hard. Like, I would have to go to the parents' houses and talk to them and tell them how their students were doing. And I always found that very stressful, just because where's that star gone? Oh, there it is. Just want to have a look at this, because it doesn't quite look like the other stars I see. I can scan it as well. This is a red dwarf star. Doesn't look like a dwarf, does it? Stop the car. Stop the car. Oh, it's very pretty. So when I do my space video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to each. I'm going to just have. I'd be like, and this star was formed by that, and talk about the whole how stars are formed, and use these as examples. It's going to be really cool. So that's one of the reasons I'm playing, so I can actually get to all the objects I want to get to for the video. There we are. I'm pretty sure if someone gets sent after me, I will die. You know, they want to. If I get a hostile ship after me, I'm just going to run. Because I don't think this has any weapons in it. I think I have one gun that will be of no use. So yeah, so I really liked my job, but again, I just can't. The overall thing here is I can't work with people. No matter what, no matter how hard I try at it, I still get stressed when I have to combine people and work. It's just so difficult for me. I don't know why, it's very silly. It shouldn't be that way. It's my own hang-ups. But yeah, there you go. So I think this might be a white dwarf star. Oh no! Oh my god, that's bright. What is this one? I don't know how to scan it. It's a. Does it tell me what it is? I guess not. No, this is a class F star. It's a white sequence star. So it's just a white star. Alright. It's 4.4 million years old. Who'd have thought? Right. Thrilling stuff. So I really like that job, but I still, you know, whenever I was working the next day, I would be stressed. I'd be like, oh, I've got to talk to the parents. I've got to, you know, it was really hard. I've always been like that. Like when I worked in my office job, that was the absolute worst. I would always be stressing about the next day, or I had to work in a room full of people. But the YouTubing is the perfect job for me. I absolutely love it because I don't have to work with people. It's still very hard for the, you know, I just spent like 20 minutes explaining why it's hard, like because of you have to, if you want to do well, you have to put pressure on yourself. Ooh, look at this, there's an Earth-like world. Okay, let's go there. We'll have a little, I should be able to land on it. We can have a look at it. And I'll get my slaves off camera. Lucky them. High metal content world. Is it a high metal? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Now, I think you can land on these. Here we go. We'll have a little look. Ooh. No, those aren't the people that are coming after me. There we are. Nikolai 3. So it's my perfect job. I love it, and I love you all, and you're all great. It's just fucking amazing. But I still get very stressed, as I have just been explaining. I put unnecessary amounts of pressure on myself to make videos very quickly when I would really like to take my time and make the best stuff possible. So it's how you make it, really. It's very hard to stop thinking about YouTube work, because the more you work, the more followers you get and the better you do, and that's what you want. Saturdays and Sundays I do no internet days pretty much now. I turn my phone off. Don't go on the internet. I don't even go on YouTube to watch videos for fun. I just avoid all social media. Sometimes I'm bad and I do a little bit here and there, but I find doing that means I can do this job without too much stress. And now that I've gone through making that Let's Play that I'm not happy with, I know 100%, which is also one of the reasons I made it, that is not what I want to do. I want to make really high production. Oh, look at this thing. This is so cool. And it's red because of the red sun, and it's fucking cool. Oh, don't miss it. And so now I feel like I've finally learnt that, and maybe the next couple of months I can calm down and things will be okay. Now, can I land on this? I really hope I can. I might not be able to because I don't know if they've done that with this game yet. I might just have to look at it from afar. This is like playing Civilization. Come on, let us go. I want to land in the sea and ruin everything. This ship is full of very expensive equipment. It doesn't look like it's rendering itself for me to be able to land on it. I think it's because there's life on these and they haven't rendered the... Nah, I can't go on. What a load of old shit. I can go on like moons and stuff, but I don't think they've generated the stuff they need to make these places possible to land on. But it looks cool. It looks great in VR. I'm not playing in VR, obviously. I don't know what happens if I just keep driving. It'll take me 6 hours to get to the planet. I think eventually it would just stop. Yeah, it won't let me drive any closer. It's not fair. Go on the planet. Yeah, well, never mind. Let's go get some slaves instead. Bloody planet. Okay, so I've been... Ooh, Misty Stalloon. I've been talking quite a lot about shit. That's our half an hour up. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me doing almost fucking nothing for the last half an hour and talking about myself non-stop. I hope it was slightly interesting. I hope you have a lovely day. You're looking very handsome. Have you done something with your hair? Have you been to the gym recently? You're looking very well. That's kind of where I was going with that. Okay. Sid's here, but he can't speak. That's quite annoying. He can't do anything of any use, so he's not. It's not like, oh, I've got many a true nerd here. Say hi, John. But obviously.